freak-offs and sacrifices. If I leak the proof, Diddy will have me killed. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Jennifer.
I possess evidence implicating Sean Diddy Combs in illicit activities, including what have been termed freak-offs and alleged ritualistic sacrifices. Releasing this information could endanger my life, as I believe Diddy would retaliate fatally. My knowledge extends to other prominent figures allegedly involved, such as Jay-Z, Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry. The current situation, marked by numerous women coming forward with accusations against Diddy, represents a pivotal moment in exposing a broader network of misconduct. A notable social media post by Singer Seal on Instagram featured a meme of Oprah Winfrey kissing a disgraced mogul, accompanied by the caption, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution." This suggests a growing public skepticism about influential figures long perceived as untouchable. The question now arises whether attendees of Diddy's events, including high-profile names like Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, Kelly Osbourne, Justin Bieber, and Usher, might face scrutiny from federal investigators. Many in Hollywood are reportedly anxious about their associations with Diddy's parties and the activities that transpired there. Ice Cube has publicly criticized Oprah, aligning himself with Tucker Carlson to highlight connections between Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein, suggesting a web of elite complicity in Hollywood's underbelly. Ice Cube asserts that Oprah is a central figure orchestrating efforts to conceal these truths, retaliating against those who speak out, including himself. He claims she has targeted his career, citing instances like being excluded from her show despite having no personal conflict with her. Ice Cube's frustration stems from what he perceives as Oprah's calculated exclusion, possibly to suppress his outspokenness. The discourse around Oprah's influence extends to her perceived untouchability, with Ice Cube noting that criticizing her is more controversial than desecrating national symbols. He questions why she has avoided accountability while maintaining a saintly public image. Regarding Jeffrey Epstein, Ice Cube and others in his circle describe Epstein as a charismatic figure who hosted influential gatherings at his New York residence, attended by former presidents and international leaders. Initially, Epstein's death was accepted as a suicide, but his brother's claim of murder prompted Ice Cube to reevaluate the circumstances. He now believes Epstein was killed in a highly secure federal facility to silence him, a theory that aligns with suspicions about Diddy's legal battles. Ice Cube's grievances with Oprah are personal and professional. He recounts an incident where she invited his parents to her show without informing him, which he views as a malicious act, possibly for ratings. He demands a public apology, accusing her of exploiting his family and orchestrating a broader campaign to protect Hollywood's elite. Ice Cube alleges that Oprah and her allies with ties to major media conglomerates suppress stories, shield predators, and blacklist dissenters. He describes this group as a secret society that rewards compliance and punishes truth-tellers, potentially with lethal consequences. Ice Cube claims to have been ostracized from platforms like The View due to his independent stance, with producers citing discomfort from hosts as the reason for his exclusion. The public's reaction to Diddy's case is mixed, with many refusing to forgive him despite his acquittal on major charges. Ice Cube suggests that Diddy, like Epstein, was a pawn of the elite, protected as long as he served their purposes. However, when Diddy overstepped by seeking greater influence or publicly naming attendees of his events, he was abandoned. Ice Cube points to Diddy's rapid fall from grace, from a celebrated artist to an inmate, as evidence of this betrayal. He collaborated with Diddy on projects like the War and Peace album, but their interactions were limited to professional exchanges, and Ice Cube distanced himself from Diddy's inner circle. Diddy's trial has drawn significant attention, with a federal judge denying a mistrial request from his defense. Ice Cube and others argue that Diddy's downfall was orchestrated by the same elites who once shielded him. They claim the government raids, media frenzy, and narrative surrounding Diddy's case were designed to distract from deeper systemic issues. Diddy's mistake, according to this perspective, was his outspokenness about his parties, which threatened to expose powerful figures. The allegations against him mirror Epstein's, with both men accused of exploiting their wealth and influence to perpetrate abuses at exclusive gatherings. Private jets, secret parties, and star-studded guest lists are recurring themes in these scandals, pointing to a pattern of unchecked power. A notable video clip involving Kevin Hart and Usher has raised eyebrows, with Hart awkwardly addressing their time with Diddy, referencing shared moments from their youth. Hart's discomfort is palpable as he avoids discussing their proximity to a bed, jokingly mentioning wrestling over cereal to deflect from the implications. This exchange, coupled with Hart's sudden closure of his vegan restaurant chain shortly before Diddy's arrest, has fueled speculation about his ties to Diddy. Some online theories suggest Hart relocated to New York days before Diddy's arrest, possibly indicating foreknowledge of the events. While fact-checkers dispute the timeline, the coincidence has sparked debate. Diddy's legal outcome is another point of contention. Despite acquittals on racketeering and sex trafficking charges, he was convicted on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution, facing up to 20 years in prison. The judge's decision to deny bail, citing Diddy's history of violence, has led to speculation that the court aims to make an example of him. The prosecution highlighted a 2016 hotel security video as evidence of his dangerous behavior, which may influence his sentencing. Diddy's defense argued for his release, offering a $1 million bond and restrictions like surrendering his passport and limiting travel, but the judge remained unmoved, citing risks to witnesses, including Cassie, who testified against him. Cassie's attorney has expressed concerns for her safety and that of other witnesses, urging the court to keep Diddy detained. The judge's ruling emphasized Diddy's pattern of lawlessness, suggesting that even acquittals on major charges do not absolve him of accountability. The courtroom scene after the verdict was dramatic, with Diddy's family and supporters cheering his partial victory, while he prayed and clapped in gratitude. His son Christian expressed relief, believing Diddy would soon return home. However, the possibility of a lengthy sentence looms, with the judge holding significant discretion to impose penalties beyond federal guidelines, potentially factoring in uncharged conduct. Rumors circulate that Diddy's acquittal on major charges resulted from a deal with the elites, trading his freedom for incriminating evidence, tapes, documents, and names that he had used as leverage. This theory posits that the case was less about justice and more about securing this material to protect powerful figures. Ice Cube and others argue that the elite orchestrated the raids and media coverage to control the narrative, ensuring their own protection while sacrificing Diddy. The comparison to Epstein is stark. Both men were allegedly used, then discarded, to shield a broader network of complicity. The public and industry are closely watching Diddy's sentencing, scheduled for October 3, 2025. Some believe his connections will shield him, while others anticipate a harsh sentence to deter similar behavior. The closure of Kevin Hart's restaurants and his evasive comments about Diddy have added fuel to the speculation, with some questioning whether Hart's actions reflect an attempt to distance himself from the scandal. Online discussions also highlight the silence of other celebrities who attended Diddy's parties, none of whom have publicly denounced him, suggesting a collective fear of exposure. Ice Cube's outspokenness has made him a target, with claims that Oprah and her allies have blacklisted him for refusing to conform. He contrasts himself with those who play by Hollywood's rules, emphasizing his independence and refusal to attend the elite's secretive gatherings. His TikTok video addressing these gatekeepers caused a stir, with fans speculating about the identities of those he criticized. Weeks later, he explicitly named Oprah as a key figure, accusing her of shielding predators and punishing dissenters. This aligns with Seal's Instagram post, which challenged Oprah's hypocrisy in supporting victims while allegedly associating with disgraced figures. The broader implications of these revelations are profound. Ice Cube and others suggest that Hollywood operates as a secret society where silence is rewarded and truth-tellers are ostracized or worse. The parallels between Diddy and Epstein underscore a systemic issue of power and corruption, with private jets and exclusive parties serving as backdrops for exploitation. Ice Cube's refusal to join this club has cost him opportunities, but he remains defiant, urging the public to see through the facade of revered figures like Oprah. As Diddy awaits sentencing, the focus remains on whether justice will prevail or if his alleged deal with the elites will spare him significant consequences. The fear among witnesses, particularly Cassie, highlights the ongoing danger posed by those with power and influence. The public's growing awareness, fueled by social media and voices like Ice Cube's, suggests that the era of unchecked elite privilege may be waning. Whether Diddy's case marks a turning point or merely a distraction from deeper issues remains to be seen, but the conversation it has sparked is unlikely to fade.